How's it going, everybody? Ross Boss here, and this is my new little series entitled Gear It Up. It's going to be an informative instructional series on trying to help you get prepared for all kinds of things you might be going to do this summer, whether it be the river, camping, going to conventions, all that stuff. Well, today's episodes we're going to be talking about floating the river and the kind of things you want to have already prepared before you go to the river, so when you get there you're not going, oh man, I wish I had this, and oh, I wish I had that. One of the best things advice I can give you is if you have your smartphone or any type of phone that with smart capabilities, you can go to a notes. This is one of the key things I use all the time for my gearing up stuff. Is I go to notes where you get your little notepad, and I have different little head topics on things I might need, and one right here is called River List, and I'll just hit that and continually add stuff I'll need for the river. And then, so if I'm ever at a Walmart or thrift store or anything like that, I usually will pull out my phone, go to my notes guide, and check through real quick and make sure, since I'm there, I can pick up stuff, and then when I already have it for the next time I go on a little adventure. Some things, or you can just continue to watch this video and video over again, and you'll get a good idea of what you want to take. One thing I want everyone to kind of start off with is your river box. This right here is just a basic Rubbermaid box that I got from either a thrift store or Walmart or something real cheap. And when you have one of these, you can fill it up with all your river gear, put it somewhere in your place, and so anytime you need to go to the river or someone's asking, you can just grab this whole darn thing, and everything you want is already in the box itself. So we're going to go ahead and go through what's in the box to show you what I personally prepare and make sure I have with me for pretty much every river trip. I have a big cord of rope. Rope is used for tying your tubes. Endless amount of things you can be using your rope for. I have a backpack here. This is something I'll throw in pretty much a lot of the river gear. Now, this is not waterproof, so you got to understand that anything that cannot get wet, there's a good possibility it can get soaked through here, but this is a good way to hold stuff. I have here a life jacket. This is for pretty much not for really just floating the river on an inner tube. This is for my kayak adventures, but it fit in my box, so I'm bringing it with me. I have of course, your air inflator for your floats. This one's a car adapter one. There is a DC battery one also available, but I don't recommend that one because the batteries will go out within probably the first hour, 2 hours that you use it. So the car charging ones work great. These ones are about $14, $15 from a Walmart or something like that, and they usually last about 3 seasons before the motor burns out or something happens to it. I have plenty of river shorts. I have, of course, I always take with me about 4 pairs, just in case you're going somewhere like camping or something like that, and someone goes, oh, I don't have I don't have any swim shorts. Boom, you're the guy that has the swim shorts. Here we go. You can already see I have another quick pump. These things I've collected over years, and they're just good to have. Another great thing to have is bungee cords. Bungee cords can be used to keep your coolers closed. Now, depending on the type of river you're going to go to, will help determine the size of the cooler you're going to need. Here's a couple different sizes right here. Now, my personal favorite, of course, is this one. It's got the hoops on the back to carry on your back. It's got no wheels on it. Wheels are great for if you're going to for a lot of the rivers, because you can easily wheel your gear right down to the water. Bungee cords are great. Of course, I kind of recommend the zippered coolers because in chance that your tube flips over, if you have basically a zippered one or just your basic closed one, the igloos, those things will pop open and you will lose all your beer. So bungee down or go with the full zipper closed on your coolers. Let me go ahead and jump into these coolers real quick since I have it out. For your ice in your coolers, I recommend the packs or the sleeves. These little packs. This one's my personal favorite, actually, right here. I got this at Walmart for I think $3. I need to get more of these. These things freeze up real quick. They don't thaw out very fast. Ice, just plain ice. If you throw it in there, once water from the river hits that ice, it'll melt it like nothing at all. I mean, within an hour, all your ice will be melted just from the smallest amount of river water. I don't know why it happens like that. It just does. So I do actually recommend these type of things to use to keep your beer cold. Let's continue further. Another very important thing to have on your river trips is water shoes. All your river trips should be take water shoes. I have multiple pairs of water shoes in here. Don't go too cheap on your water shoes. If you try getting a $5, $8 pair of water shoes, I can guarantee you by the end of the trip, your feet are going to be, you probably destroy them. So, these are ones pretty much I found. A lot of these are ones I found just floating in the water because people have lost them. But they happen to fit. More swim shorts, like I said, for extra people. Your sunscreen. The sunscreen is extremely important. Sunscreen is extremely important. You will not realize how fast or how bad you're burning out there in the water until it's too late. Now the sunscreen can come in different forms. It can come in, you know, the liquid, or it can come in the spray. Both are excellent. The spray is unbelievably easy to apply. You just, you know, pop the sucker open, twist it a little bit, spray it down. It won't irritate your eyes, so you can do a blast in the face and you'll be fine. Another good thing besides your gear of your sunscreen is possibly one bottle of off. I use the spray off, just a quick couple of things like this, definitely around your ankle line. A couple spritz on your ankle line will cover your whole legs. I don't know why, but most of your insects and biting insects go for your ankles first. So if you spray that area, you're pretty much covered on your whole legs. Let's go into some more. This is a dry bag. This is by Dry Pack. I got this one from Academy. I think this was about $5-6. This thing can hold your cellular phone. It can hold your keys. It can hold a couple of other small items, maybe a little speaker, and it does keep it watertight. Always make sure that you check it and make sure it's watertight and there's no holes in it. This one's actually pretty good. I've had this is be season number 3 I'll be using this one. Dry Pack's a good one. They also have these cell phone dry boxes you can get from like Walmart. This one I had from when I used to smoke cigarettes. So this one I can actually use to put either a cell phone in, my keys, or anything like that. Carabiners are almost always a plus on the river because you never know what you're going to be needing to attach to. These are my floaties for, not me, because these are too small for me, for either whether you have a waterproof camera or a GoPro, which I'm filming on right now. These things are great to make sure you don't lose your items, whether it be your digital camera or your GoPro. I do also recommend when you're using these, have some sort of lanyard connected to it so you can get a little bit of distance from yourself and the camera, and it just gives it keeps you from losing it, and it still gives you the length you need to not be so attached to it. Here's another one of those, or that's probably the same insect repellent. See, I got so much gear. This is your adapter for your inflators. Another thing of that. Some more water shoes. Now, this is something particular to me, but I do recommend it. It's not too expensive. It's a wetsuit. This is what we call a summer wetsuit. As you can see, it's just to the short line and to the short arm line. This one's made by the brand Outrageous. You can get them at Academy for $40. It's only $40 for one of these things, and this sucker, no matter how cold that water is, you'll be the guy that can jump in and jump out of it all the time and never worry once about how cold it is, because it won't affect you. What's really nice about these short ones is that you can put it on. If you don't want to have the whole up to your top and arms out thing, you can roll it down to your waistline and wear it like a pair of body shorts underneath your own regular swim shorts, which is how I do it. I'll put this thing on at the river and then I'll slide my shorts on over it. One thing about your swim shorts, what you want to have is definitely pockets for different stuff, whether it be your camera, your sunscreen. Always get swim shorts with plenty of pockets. There's always those ones that look all crazy and they got no pockets at all. Really won't help you worth a shit. Last but not least, in my little bag, I have some towels. I have both a Superman and a Batman one, beach towels. It's always nice to have at least one awesome beach towel for your summer experience. You can get this thing for probably about $10 and you're all set up. Last but not least, your floaties. What you're going to be floating your stuff in, whether it be your beer cooler, or your gear, you have to make sure you get the right type of floaties. If you're running with something very thin, like a thin vinyl, like this one's actually rubber ducky. This is my beer cooler holder. You can get pops in it really easy. So I wouldn't recommend something like this in anywhere where there's going to be rocky territory or something like that. This one I use pretty much for comb out. Well, I have more gear to show y'all, but it's going to be on. Okay, make sure it's still recording. It's going to be on another episode because I have to show y'all I'm going to go, the next one's going to be about the tubes and tying up and getting yourself out on the water. But I hope you took a good time and enjoyed all the stuff I showed y'all, and make sure you go out there and get your notes going and gear it up. I'm the Ross Boss. Take care.